Today we're at the 3rd Winchester battlefield. Initially held in reserve, the 54th Pennsylvania arrived here, the edge of the First Woods, shortly after 2 p.m. to support the battered 19th Corps. Colonel Harris formed his brigade with the 10th West Virginia on his left, the 54th Pennsylvania in the center, and the 15th West Virginia on the right. So we would probably be approximately right at the end of the right flank of the 54th Pennsylvania where we're standing. Colonel Toburn deployed 3 regiments along the southern bank of Red Bud Run to prevent an attack on his flank. Red Bud Run is off to our right here, on the other side of these trees. The men took their positions and immediately engaged dismounted Confederate cavalry and sharpshooters on the opposite bank. Confederate artillery from around the Hackwood farm fired into the Union position here, and Hackwood is at the far end of this field. Colonel Toburn's men anxiously waited in line of battle for the attack to begin. General Crook personally marched Colonel Duval's division, along with Captain Henry DuPont's artillery, across Red Bud Run to clear the Confederate sharpshooters and artillery, before recrossing the stream to strike the Confederate flank. At 3 p.m., General Crook started his assault. Hearing Colonel Duval's division move forward, Colonel Toburn's men fixed bayonets and charged out of the First Woods across this open field called the Middle Field and towards the Second Woods on the far end. Confederate artillery and infantry opened a deadly fire after the Federals moved about 300 yards through the open field. A shell passed through the feet of Private John Smith. Shaken by the close call, he continued moving forward with the rest of the 54th Pennsylvania. An officer from the 19th Corps watched the attack and later wrote, "The broad blue wave surged forward with a yell which lasted for minutes. In response, there arose from the northern woods a continuous, deafening wail of musketry without break or tremor. For a time I despaired of the success of the attack, for it did not seem possible that any troops could endure such fire." General Sheridan, watching the attack, later wrote, "Crook pressed forward without even a halt. Hundreds fell as their fire slowed but did not stop the advance. General Crook proudly reported his men, cheering as they went, rushed on heedless of the destruction of fire of shot and shell, canister, and musketry that thinned their ranks, and which would have driven back in disorder troops less determined, all seemingly intent on one grand object, the total and complete rout of the enemy." Colonel Toburn's men crossed the middle field and charged into the Second Woods, sending many prisoners to the rear. Combination of Colonel Toburn's direct assault and Colonel Duval's flank attack forced the Confederates back into the Second Woods. General Crook's men continued to push the Confederate left back. Colonel Wells's brigade, Colonel Harris's brigade, still following in support, changed fronts to the left and charged into the Second Woods. Their attack, coupled with the renewed pressure from a few 19th Corps regiments, cleared the Confederates out of the Second Woods. Thank you for watching this episode of In the Footsteps of the 54th.